this is where we're at, Roseanne. It is going to get more dire. But those of your audience, those of our friends who are paying attention, help is on the way. This isn't over. The biggest problem at the White House for the president, look, number one, the doorways are a little bit too short. His angels, protective angels, are all 9 foot tall. And then there's so many of them, you can't get them all in the same room. So they had to actually, it's a bigger area they got to cover out there. He's got a hard time getting all of his angels around in the White House and moving around freely because there's so many of them. There may be things that people in your audience have thought about doing, needed to do, held off on doing, or hadn't considered, but now is the time. But at this critical second, be careful, seek guidance from God, from Christ, and don't strike the rock. Take action, but take the right action, the right way, at the right time, at the right location. And that's something that the light of that moment, the wisdom, the knowledge to do it the right time, the right way, that's a gift from God. Why didn't President Trump do something sooner when he still could have? Would America value this moment? And would they see it as God himself saving us from the depths of hell, as opposed to the nurse or the technician dealing with the drug addict that's having an overdose and saving her from having a heart attack or a brain aneurysm or whatever it was, would have done it. Where would she have seen her help from if she'd been saved before she was conscious and went on this trip to hell? Where will America?
He knew it would be right there.
Salvation coming from? Oh, President Trump did this and that, and we're going to make him the new king and royal in the royal family. America's only hope is God in heaven. Yep. Even with the best laid plans, even with the best guys, if you're not dialing in a God component to the victory here, it's no victory at all.
Nothing is as interesting as the guest that we have today. Again, I use the term insider baseball when we have this guest on, because it's the best view of somebody that has an understanding of the corporate world, overseas business, media. He's an author, he's a speaker, an entrepreneur on the highest level.
Yep.
Mr. 107.
107. Welcome, Juan.
What's up, cowboy?
I came up with this propulsion system for vehicles, space vehicles. I had the whole thing in about under a minute. Took me 2 weeks to pen it. I literally just closed myself up in a hotel room in this obscure place on the planet for 2 weeks and looked like Howard Hughes with the hair coming out and the beard while I was writing everything
look
down.
Like Nebuchadnezzar walking around.
Yeah,
it took me 2 weeks to write down.
Nails.
It took me 2 weeks to write down everything I had, literally in under a minute, and it was just amazing how I got it. So once God's doing something like that, it's amazing. It's a big deal. The 1000th night of the Round Table. Invited to be seated at the Round Table in the Order of the Garter is Prince William. Why is that relevant? In Gematria, because we talked about numbers frequently, in their language, and remember, I don't order my life by numbers. I'm not looking at every number to do it because I note it though, because that's how they think.
Okay.
And belief is the driver of action. They're concerned about the numbers because they do order life by symbology, by numbers, by star dates, celestial alignments. And by the way, Prince William, born during an eclipse, a lunar eclipse, the moon child, look that up, on June 21st, 1982. He's a moon child, born under an eclipse. He is the 1000th night of the Round Table. In Gematria, zeros don't count, only 1 through 9. If you drop the zeros, who is he?
the one.